With that, let's kick off our market conversation for the morning. We have Prakash Diwan joining in for exactly that. Prakash, good morning to you and wish you a very happy new year. May it be good in every way, health-wise, home-wise, and of course, wealth-wise. So, Prakash, let's start off with a couple of cement stocks. I want to pick that up because, Nigel was just mentioning that a couple of the bigger names that are adding more capacity. Plus, then we've been getting some positive brokerage commentary as well on the likes of Dalmia Bharat. But in general, what's your sense? While thematically, obviously, this is a space perhaps a must-have in your portfolios. But near term, what would your expectations be? And how would you look at some of the larger frontline stocks, if you like any?
Yeah, thanks, Ravi. Happy New Year to you, Nigel, Rima, and of course, all our lovely viewers. And it's an inspiration to see Nigel every 1st of January back to work as fresh as ever. So that's what prompted me to be on the show as well. So,
Prakash,
and you're talking about cement.
Prakash, the last few years I've been here. I'm just making a plan that next year I'm trying to break that so-called, that attendance has been very good last 13 years. Every Jan 1st I've been here, bright and early. But let's see, maybe 2025, I'll take a bit of a break.
No, that's fine. But you've been inspiring enough for all of us to at least get up and come to work. So that's nice. So on the cement side, we're talking about this thing, and of course, Dalmia Bharat, as you all know, continues to be one of our favorites, given the fact that not only has it managed extremely well on the cost side, they've also done some balance sheet repair, which is not repair, they never actually needed repair, but they've strengthened the balance sheet, hiving off some non-core assets, making sure that the cross-holding with some of the group companies come down. So from a corporate governance perspective, related party transaction, it's also become much more sanitized in the last 18 months. What I like about the space, Surbhi, and we've seen some of the bigger ones like ACC and all are also adding capacities. So if you recall about a year back when Ultratech and all were talking about adding capacity, there was so much of skepticism saying, how is this supply going to get absorbed in the market? But there's been absolutely no question of that coming up again, given the fact that our infrastructure and housing requirement for cement is going to be in a secular uptrend for the next many years. So all this capacity which is coming up, brownfield, some of them greenfield. Greenfield is uncommon, but the consolidation that's underway will also help reap a lot of benefits on incremental capacities from the likes of Ambuja ICE. So if you want to go with the bigger ones, Ultratech seems to get fully priced. I would look at Ambuja in the bigger ones, and amongst the mid-sized one, Dalmia Bharat continues to be one of the topics.
Prakash, 2023 was the year of the comeback for a stock like BHEL. The stock is up 140% plus in 2023. Its all-time, the 52-week high on BHEL was 199.7 that it hit just last Friday. So it missed the 200 mark. Yeah. But there is some good news. The reports are suggesting that they've pipped L&T to emerge as the winner for a 19,000 crore plus order win. So they've started off 2024 on a good note. Do you like BHEL? What would be the key positives, the negatives from here on?
Good morning, Rima, and happy New Year to you too. So on BHEL, we've seen the build-up has been stupendous. Their order book kept on growing so significantly from middle of 23 that if you look at by March 24, the culmination of the financial year, they'll probably have a comfort of 5-6x of what they are executing currently at the run rate. But, and then I was a bit skeptical about talking about buying BHEL at even about 150, 160 zones. But then I've been proven wrong given the fact that the momentum continues to be on. And it looks like the momentum will still be on. So if somebody is holding, it might make sense to ride the momentum, given the fact that they'll probably close FY24 with a brilliant operating leverage coming into picture. So we'll see those numbers in December 23 and March 24 getting captured. But I think the stock is in a momentum. It could continue for some more time. The only concern I have is on execution and what L&T went through a few years back when they actually were busy executing low margin orders. So if BHEL also ends up doing that and L&T switch focus to exports, high margin business very selectively. So, there's a change in strategy which you are seeing in both the games. BHEL might continue good revenue build-up. But if profitability beyond March is a question, then the stock would kind of react. But at this point in time, it definitely seems to be, the momentum seems to be underway.
Ash, I just want to, ask you in general, if someone's looking to play consumer discretionary in 2024, not specific question to Vaibhav Global, anyway, they're more global in their businesses, but discretionary consumption, what would be your top bet?
So I know it's a fairly vast area, but I personally feel within consumption more than discretionary, the FMCG is something which seems like getting re-rated or due to be re-rated. So all the big ones, the likes of HUL, Dabur, ITC, all of them will probably see a very different kind of a liquidity flow chasing them. But if I had to look at discretionary, so it will probably be autos. I know. It's a very extended kind of an argument, but consumer discretionary autos definitely fit into that, and especially the higher end, and that will continue to do well. I'm extremely bullish on autos, and within that, Tata Motors. For Nigel and I spoke about it last week, and you've seen how the kind of momentum is building up within Tata Motors. And come March, the debt restructuring will probably start capturing a lot of the salience. The margins will improve dramatically with this interest cost going out. And the cost of EV components is coming down so dramatically that they'll start being able to get some very decent operating leverage on most of the models. So, and of course, not to say that they have such a slew of new EVs coming through 2024. So I would still believe in that and not go for the white goods and some of the other conventional consumer discretionary stuff that's generally talked about in that sector.
All right, I thought you were going to come up with a more exciting one, Prakash. I remember the last time, maybe 12 months or so ago, you were telling us about Som Distilleries, the Hunter beer brand. Can't get my hand on the chilled one, but the stock price has done very, very well. But maybe as the year progresses, you'll give us a couple of those interesting stocks as well.